Yes, we are coming to you from the United Center for the season premiere of Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. That was almost an incredible comeback. Brooks Baldwin, the first runs that Mason Miller has given up all year, a two-run homer, made it 6-5. They could not finish the comeback.
Well, you know, it's a lot of work. Pretty good job. Gilbert did a good job. Burke, you did a good job today. Yeah. They've been great defensively. Big error. Come back against one of the best closers in the game right now, with the best arm, at least. They give you the option. The ball Carroll hit, he got a chance to leave. Get opportunity. It's nice to see kids like that pinch hit against the best one, put it at bat, he just put on.
All right, we have much to get to because it is Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. What can you expect? You can expect absolute and utter mayhem on your television, on your phone, however you're watching, because, let's see, we're going to talk about the White Sox-A's rivalry from the 90s. You guys didn't get along? No?
I don't.
No? Remember the jock strap game?
I do.
We'll talk about that. There's a cameo from 𝗁 Harrelson, who's going to introduce a brand new 𝗁 Harrelson alarm clock on this show. We have a special guest. We're not going to show him yet. He's
signing autographs right now.
He's signing autographs. He's very popular. So, sit back, relax, strap it down. It is the season premiere of Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. It is coming your way next.
Live from our downtown studios here in the Madhouse on Madison, it's Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the show. I'm Jeff Corbett. They call me Korby. And on tonight's special show, great guests. We've got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Will Venable. We have Jose Canseco. We have Tony La Russa. And we even have the great 𝗁 Harrelson. But now it's time for me to introduce you to the two guys who lead the league in both fun and entertainment. It's Chuck Garfien and Ozzie Guillen.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Korby. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. A lot of energy. That's the White Sox. That's the White Sox need. Energy.
Energy. We are here. It is Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. I got my Chuck and Ozzie T-shirt. Ozzie's dressed like Ozzie. This is
I dress like old school.
Old school. That's from 1977.
Frank Sinatra from Venezuela.
Oh, that's great. You look very snazzy.
Very Frank Sinatra from Venezuela.
We are on a new network, but this is the same crazy show that you have watched before. And if you haven't watched it before, sit back, relax, and strap it down because it is going to be a whole lot of fun. And yeah, we have, Ozzie, a new person on our show. His name is Jeff Corbett.
How about the introduction?
I know. Jeff Corbett, who has worked with me for 20-something years. He's a photographer here. He's, how would you describe Jeff Corbett?
Wow. The energy is unbelievable.
He's got lots of energy.
The best one. By the way, I know Korby when he was maybe by like 12 years old. That long.
Yes.
I know him. I was a player. And since that day, we come and be good friends. The first time they asked me to come to the other channel we come from, when I saw him, I said, like, I'm home. I know you.
Yeah.
that was outstanding.
Well, he's a diehard White Sox fan. Korby, can you play something that would kind of describe your mood right now?
Sure. You got the guitar ready?
Yeah, you good? Yeah, that kind of fits the mood. I mean, that was Brooks Baldwin with a two-run homer off of Mason Miller. Edgar Carroll almost hits a home run, then Luis Robert Jr. chases.
Oh, beautiful bat by Roberts.
Yeah.
I like it. That, you know, keep it up. You know, when you see a kid, 22 years old, I keep saying that his age, he might be 28, got that bat against one of the hardest throw pitcher in the game. Then all of a sudden, you put that kind of bat, almost hit a home run. Then all of a sudden, you see your best player in the paper. Had that kind of bat you have, you start like, really? What's going on here? You know, you start put a lot of doubts in your mind.
Robert's just not in the right place offensively. And even defensively, he made a big error here tonight.
Well, errors is he's making a lot of great plays. But today, it was kind of a play, it should be make.
Yeah.
But next.
We'll get to it later in the show.
No, next, because I think about something nice.
Here's the thing. It is not midnight yet. After midnight, we can say whatever we want. We can say whatever we want. We can.
We'll do it.
We can't. So here's the thing. Jeff Corbett, we want to introduce you to the people because we are here at the United Center, and I can actually see the Michael Jordan statue right over there. Korby's claim to fame happened, what year was that about?
1993, April 14th, the day before tax day.
All right, so 1993, Jeff Corbett is shooting the game for Sports Channel? Sports Vision?
Sports Channel.
Sports Channel. It's a Bulls game. There's a timeout, and there's a guy who has a chance to make $1 million if he throws the ball, the basketball, across the entire court, and if it goes in, he gets $1 million. There's only one person on the planet who shot it. It was Jeff Corbett, and it went something like this. Look at this. It's good! It went in, and he's high-fiving Scott Williams and
Jason King.
Michael Jordan. 𝗪cie King's in there. Scottie Pippen.
Michael Jordan asked him for $100,000 loan.
And there he gets $1 million in coin.
Wow.
Why were you the only one who shot this?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't. But it was in the old stadium, so they didn't have a jumbotron.
Right.
So there was no one even in-house that was shooting it, but it was during a timeout, and it's for $1 million.
Yep.
So I'm going to shoot it, and I shot it every time, and I'm like, no one's going to make this. It was 3/4 court, so you were shooting from the opposite free throw line. Mm-hmm. And it had a curl, it had a tail, boom, right in. Amazing. And I'm still here talking about it, so.
Speaking of talking, Korby talks. Korby talks a lot. Korby talks a lot. So if we need you to be quiet, we're hitting the gong.
Okay.
Okay?
By the way, between Korby and me in this show, you'll be a musician.
On that gong.
I've been working with Korby for so long, I've never had a gong to tell him to just be quiet, but now I have a gong because we're on television. This is like the greatest moment. I'm just going to walk around with you whenever, and I'm just like, Korby, it's time to stop talking.
Fair enough.
We're good friends.
You're going to do that to me so bad.
I've been waiting to do that my entire life. I got to do that on TV.
I think my entire family's ordering those right now on Amazon, okay? Lisa, at home, go ahead. It's Amazon. Everybody else, get the gong.
Oh, my God. All right, so thank you very much, Korby. We have a Twitter poll for tonight. I'm drinking something here on my CHSN mug. These are your questions, or this is the question, and these are your choices. What do you think I'm drinking here tonight? Am I drinking water? Am I drinking Yuengling? That is our sponsor for the postgame show. Am I partaking in whiskey on the show? Or D, am I drinking the White Sox Kool-Aid? Go to our CHSN White Sox Twitter account. Let us know what you think. We'll have the results later in the show. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's what that tastes like.
I know it's not a whiskey.
You don't think it's whiskey?
No.
Do you think
because you will pull a funny face. You drink whiskey, you'll be like this. Where's the camera? You'll be like this.
I like whiskey. I don't know if I'd have that look. The drama, the suspense, you do not know what's going to happen. We like to have fun on the show, and we like to tell jokes. You want to hear some Rodney Dangerfield jokes?
I hope I understand the jokes.
You'll understand them. You like my Rodney Dangerfield
jokes.
I
do, but sometimes, your joke is so, so intelligent.
So intelligent?
Yes.
It goes over your English? You've lived in the United States for 40 years.
I might laugh in my way home and oh, my God, that was a good joke.
All right, I'll keep it as simple as I can. Here we go. When I was a kid, I got no respect. I told my mom I was going to run away from home. She said, on your mark.
Set.
A little late on the rim shot there.
Out of here.
I can do a little better. Want another one?
That's pretty good.
I mean, last week I looked up my family tree.
They all fall off?
No. 2 dogs were using it. You want another one?
Yes, please.
When I was a kid, when I was younger, I never got any girls. One girl told me, come on over, there's nobody home. I went over. There was nobody home. Oh, Andrea liked it.
That's a good one.
That's a good one?
That's a good one right there.
Those are my...
That's a good one right there.
All right, so we've had a crazy schedule this week.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yes.
All right, I got Ozzie to laugh at
Yes,
me. That's
yes.
good. Thank you, Rodney Dangerfield. May you rest in
Yes.
peace. Well, you and I have had a crazy schedule this week. I mean, we were at that 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m.
Yes.
show on Monday because the White Sox were playing in Boston. I mean, what time did you have to wake up for that show?
Well, I always wake up at 6:30 just because I got to make my coffee. To me, it was a normal day. I got to take my grandkids to school, or I'll play golf. I'm very early. I wake up early a lot.
Okay. I mean, I usually wake up early, but to get up for a 9:30 show, I can't just show up here at 9:30. I got to be.
But okay, that's another thing.
Yeah.
You got to be early. You got to prepare yourself. I just the diva, follow the leader, but it's also leave 2 blocks.
I live very close to here.
From here.
But I still had to get up early.
Yes.
For me.
I gotta dry I-55.
Yes.
And then the worst place to, I don't know, maybe Atlanta.
They have bad traffic in Atlanta. LA's bad.
But here, my God.
Yeah.
And my wife say, be careful. You get a ticket. I say, I'm not going to get a ticket. I say, why? You know who I am? Ozzie Guillen. By the way, you cannot get a ticket in I-55 because you cannot speed there because there's so much traffic.
There's so much traffic. Well, there wasn't traffic for me, but I had to get up early. So what did I do to wake up in time for that show on Monday? I used the 𝗏 𝗵𝗃 alarm clock, and here's what happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
Speaking of diva, yeah, I'm wearing makeup, But that's what I needed. I needed the 𝗏 𝗵𝗃 alarm clock to wake me up. But ever since then, I can't go to sleep because I woke up so early, I now can't go to sleep. So we had something made.
I know why.
What?
You're watching us plays every day. You think about, how we going to get better.
Well, that's part of it.
Yes.
I am a tortured White Sox fan, but we had a custom-made 𝗏 𝗵𝗃 clock made to put me to sleep, and we tried it last night, and it worked to perfection. All right, 𝗏, I've been up for hours. I cannot go to sleep. I really hope this works.
All right, Chuck, it's time to sit back, relax, and strap it down. He's in the catbird seat right now. We got him right where we want him, don't we? Oh, that's it. You can cancel a post-game show. You can put it on the board, yes. This ball game is over. He gone. Sorry, Chuck, I couldn't help myself.
𝗏 𝗵𝗃, thank you very much for that little cameo there.
Bro, that voice is amazing when you talk about White Sox baseball, Chicago baseball, baseball period. You know the thing about 𝗏? My kids grow up with him.
Yeah, so did I.
People grow up with him. And he just that voice is, I don't care who's coming in, coming out. He's just wow. It's amazing.
Yeah, so he made that clock for me. So now anytime I want to go to bed, I just have 𝗏 𝗵𝗃 soothing, his soothing tones of. He's not known for the soothing tones. He did that for me for the 𝗏 𝗵𝗃 alarm clock.
By the way,
if you want to buy it, by the way, it'll be available on Amazon.
You know what? You know Chuck, he will use that. He will use that to see Papi. That's my hero. That's my buddy. Oh, my God.
All right, so yeah, 𝗏 �𝗃, legendary voice. You guys had legendary games between the White Sox and the A's, since the A's played here tonight. They're in Sacramento, but I don't want the A's to leave Oakland without us giving it their do and that White Sox-A's rivalry that you were so much a part of in the 90s. I mean, let's start with 𝗁𝗁 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀. He actually played for the White Sox, but this was an amazing moment that happened in White Sox history because look what happened to 𝗁𝗁 𝗂𝗂𝗀𝗀 here.
We see that a lot. We see that a lot.
Do you remember that? I don't know if you remember that, but I found that here today. I could not believe it.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a triple. That was a triple for Frank Thomas.
I wonder why Dave Stewart said, come on, man. You should be making that play, buddy. I know I'm in trouble.
Whoa,
I'm in trouble, God.
Like, that would be me out there.
Come on, Ozzie.
Okay, so you were just doing your Dave Stewart impression.
Dave Stewart's impression.
That's great you brought up Dave Stewart because he was not a fan of you guys. This is like 1990. You guys were young and up and coming. They won the World Series in 1990. Do you remember what Dave Stewart said about you guys?
Yes, we did. I think 𝗵𝗂 hit a home run.
Yeah.
The funny thing about it, I think that something went on, and it was changing in the club. They would bring him back.
Yeah.
Say, no, I'll go back out there. And 𝗵𝗂 hit a home run to tie the game, something like that. We got crazy, and everything started after that.
Yeah. This is what Dave Stewart said after the game about Ozzie Guillen's White Sox.
Hey, man.
Player over there, regular player, with the exception of maybe a few, Carlton Fisk, Kittle, Calderon, maybe, that can hold my...
Yeah, they can hold my you-know-what. Can you believe that? And the next time the A's came to town, said the jock, what was hanging from the rafters? A large Dave Stewart jock. Well, he was pitching.
That was, I tell you what, that was the best era. I love that era. We fighting, every day we fight against the best team.
Hold on. Sammy Sosa hits a home run, and what ends up on the field? Some jock straps.
Yeah.
Sox fans. That's peak Sox fans right there.
By the way, that was fun, man. The baseball was fun back then. And we remember that. We don't was too happy about it. Now, myself and Dave, we're good friends. We work in Mexico together, and the team in Mexico. And I told him all the time, I think I got my 1,000 or 1,500 hits against Dave Stewart.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I got you, buddy.
Korby, how much did you hate the A's?
Oh, my gosh. That's back in the Old West.
Yes.
So those battles were, it was the A's, and we were always right there. Cleveland was there. Minnesota was there. But, the games against the A's, I was there the night we were supposed to clinch, and we were watching the Jumbotron at Old 𝗵𝗏𝗀 to see the A's final, and they ended up winning. So we had to wait an extra night. But those were epic.
All right. Enough. Thank you very much, Jeff.
What I remember, I want to fight Tony Russa like 3 times in that particular days. I want to fight him 3 times. You know why? Because Tony was hiding behind Dave Parker, Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire, Kearney Langford, stage time back. Tony feel like he thought he was Goliath. He thought he was big because he got people in front of him. They can do that. They have a great ball club. But we had a bunch of young kids, a lot of young kids. Robin, Frank, who was there very young. It's a pitching staff.
Yeah.
Very, very young. And we compete against them. We did compete against them a lot. And I think the best games, it was I don't know what to say, compare that with Boston Yankees, no way, but it was similar to the, it bring a lot of people, a lot of attention.
Well, how about this? You guys move into the new ballpark, 1991. Bobby Thigpen is on the mound. Terry Steinbach, the catcher, gets hit on the helmet. This was scary. He ended up going to the hospital.
That was a slider.
That was a slider. But look at this. Hit him right in the helmet.
That was a slider.
So, that should have been fine? He actually ended up being fine.
No, he's like, hey, we don't want anything, I was staying by one of the greatest men in baseball. I remember with Minnesota.
But look at this. Ricky Henderson, he wants a fight, and then a brawl breaks out.
No, he wanted to fight with Scott Fletcher. Scott Fletcher beat.
And Ricky Henderson fought?
I don't know. Just.
Where are you in here?
I don't know.
Oh, look at Tony and Carlton Fisk going
the funny thing about Tony was always so biased about the big boys. I don't think Tony want to be part of 𝗵𝗁.
Yeah.
𝗵𝗁 will eat him with French fries and ketchup.
So after the game, a reporter asked Tony La Russa about Steinbach. This is amazing. Watch this.
I don't want to talk about that whole all right? Okay, don't yell at me. I'll yell if I want to. I'll yell back, too. Get the out of there. Well, that interview's over. You don't fool it. Be a man. Be a man. Be a man. Don't I want to get out of here. You got about that much sense as a bunch of kid who's just born. I'll take you. Get out. Get out. Bring your back in here. Get out of here.
Look at 𝗵𝗪. And, just Tony being Tony.
Tony was upset.
By the way, I respect Tony. I love Tony. He know that.
Yeah.
Respect Tony and love Tony. He know that.
Yeah.
But Tony's always talking when he got a lot of big boys around him. And he talked to the media.
Yeah.
He can do anything about it.
There was so much media, by the way.
By the way, because it was a big game.
Yeah.
By the way, that's why the media used to be talk. Now media asks like, can I ask him how old are you?
Hold on, but the question was all he asked was what happened to Steinbach, and he just freaked out on him.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is just Tony wouldn't intimidate people.
Yeah,
that's what it was. By the way, hey guys, whoever it's the media, that's a way to ask people like about it. Not like, hi, my name's Pedro. What's your name?
What did you see there?
How many days you be in the big league? So weak. It's weak media.
All right. We're going to break here on Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. When we come back, hey, Tim Elko went deep again in AAA Charlotte. We have 𝗏𝗏 dancing, and the Bears drafted an Ozzie. And we got Jeff Corbett playing music. Look at this guy. We're going to break. More Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie and Korby on guitar. We're back in a moment.
And in case y'all are familiar with my game, let me remind you, I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins. And I am here to tell you that with the 56th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the greatest franchise in the NFL, the Chicago Bears, select Ozzie
Guillen!
Yes.
I mean the first Venezuelan football player.
Yes, Ozzie Guillen drafted by the Bears. Imagine that.
How about that one?
You weren't ready for
What do
that.
you think about that one?
Oh, no.
Hey, I grow up with the great Bears players.
Oh, yeah.
85, 86, 87. My goodness, somebody just passed away.
Dave McMichael.
Yes, a couple of days ago, and I don't know. Coming from Venezuela, I don't know anything about football. I even care about it. But also, you see Peyton, the refrigerator. I still remember those. How about that? I don't remember my wife's name. I remember those guys. And it was an amazing era, man. That was awesome. And what's the guy who used the Band-Aid?
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon, the quarterback.
The quarterback. Yes, you know what I mean? All those guys. The big coach ever.
Mike Ditka.
By the way, this best cigar I smoked in my life was Mike Ditka, his wife. I have a good time. Even though I don't know anything about.
Yeah, well, that was an offensive tackle that the Bears got. His name's Ozzie Guillen.
Who?
Guillen. We did a little tail of the tape here between you and him to compare. So he's 6'8", you're 5'11", you weigh a lot less than him. Bench presses, he can do 22, you're at negative
2. And
40-yard dash, I mean, he flies. It would take you about 5 minutes. I think.
By the way, how old that kid is?
How old is he?
Yeah.
He's like 22 years old.
22?
Yeah.
21, 22.
Yeah. And then the broad jump. Did you see how far you can jump?
I used to jump pretty good. I played volleyball.
You were a great volleyball player, I heard.
Yeah, well, back in the days,
Yes.
nowadays, the way they play volleyball right now is like nothing compared with. But you get dropped at 22.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all 22 when they get drafted.
22, I got
for the
2
most
years
part.
in the baby. Sorry, kid. My bad.
Oh, he's 23, actually. 23.
I got 3 years in the baby, 22, 23.
Yeah.
By the way, good luck to that kid, Ozzie, because I know the party star now. Everybody says, oh, I just got drafted. Okay, now you got to play with big boys.
Yes, yes.
Show me
Gotta
something.
prove it.
Show me something.
Speaking of showing us something, tonight's Heat Check is brought to you by Four Seasons Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric, and we have 𝗏𝗏𝘂 on the dance floor, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ozzie Guillen's grandson showing us his moves.
Oh, my.
He is just living his best life.
That's it, man. Happy camper. Every time I see this kid, I get younger and younger. He just is the best.
He's got a joy for life. Who taught him these moves?
We try to talk everything. My wife say, don't teach him how to talk.
Don't teach him how to talk.
Because everything go out of my mouth, out of TV, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, okay. Well,
And I talk to him like he's 30 years old, and I had to think about it. He's not.
so you're saying things to him that a child
say
should
to him
not
like I
hear.
talking with the players in the clubhouse, and he's right. He isn't right.
Yeah, that's probably not good family values for a young
not really.
grandson.
I just
to
told
hear
him a
those
couple of days
words.
today. I told you out there, no curse, nothing. I say, also, do yourself a favor. If any kid try to bully you,
Yeah.
you know what you should do?
What?
Punching in the face. And grandpa will talk to the teacher later. No mommy, no daddy, no grandma. Grandpa go talk to the teacher, say, no bully. When you bully, that's why a lot of bully are there, because let them bully.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Okay, that's good. Family advice from one Ozzie Guillen.
No, listen, that's what a bully are.
Right.
Some
That's
idiot
how
out
you get a
there.
bully. You want to take care of bully him back.
That's it. Hey, I always be like that. I don't like aggressive people. I don't like fights. I don't like anything. But that's why popping bullies. When some kid, some idiot in school think they are tougher than somebody else and they get away with stuff, you got to stop it right away, buddy.
All right. Well, the White Sox, as we transition to what happened here tonight, they had a 3-1 lead.
They're bullying us.
We are feeling like we're getting bullied by this team. They were up 3-1. The A's had 2 outs, 2 men on. Justin Wilson had this base hit up the middle. And listen, this has been a rough start to the season for Luis Robert Jr. at the plate. He's been fine defensively, but with 2 men on and 2 outs, there's going to be a base hit up the middle. And Luis Robert Jr. is going to make a big error coming up here that's going to allow another run to score. What happened here, Ozzie?
It's just one thing about it, okay? You know the guy in second base is going to score. It's 2 out. Grab the ball. Make sure you catch it. Make errors is part of the game. Huge part of the game. And one of the best center field of the game, no doubt about it. That's his first error. Last year, he don't make that many errors when the Gold Glove. One thing about it, let's see, right now, that check. That guy going to score. Where you going to try to throw that guy out at the plate? Now you got first and second, 2 out. Next year, he was out. Now that changed the game right there.
Big mistake there. So that ended up making it a tie ball game, and when that happened, I'm looking at it, I'm going, that better not be the deciding run in the game. And sure enough, top of the 9th inning, our Yingling play of the game, Brooks Baldwin, a 2-run homer off of Mason Miller. These are the first runs Miller has given up all season, and it's a 2-run homer, and they're down by 1. How about that swing and the confidence by Baldwin there?
It's a funny thing about it because they face one of the best arm.
Yes.
Not the best pitcher, the best arm in Major League Baseball, and they put it together for that inning. Unfortunately, they come short. How about this kid?
Oh, Edgar Carroll was so close and with 2 strikes.
That was more excited. Maybe the home run by 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 got me more excited. You know why? The hardest thing to do in baseball is pinch hit. Pinch hit when you're 22 years old. Pinch hit on the road. Pinch hit against one of the best arms in the baseball. And this kid put that type of bat. What are you want? There you go.
Where is Robert right now?
Watch this. You almost made me curse.
Yeah, and then it's 0-2, and now we just get him to chase. That's in the scouting report, and this is a big-time chase by Robert. He's just not in the right spot right now offensively.
I'm not going to say anything. Because whatever come out of my mouth is not going to be nice. But, well, my favorite guy, I like him, talk to him a lot. But I need him to step it up. We all do. We all do, especially himself. When he come in town, they come in town in what, next couple of days? I got to ask him, say, what's up, bro?
I think he's trying to do too much.
Maybe not try to do nothing.
I think he cares. He's not trying to do nothing. I just think when you try to do too much, like on that play in center field, sometimes when you try not to do too much, your brain goes haywire and you make bad decisions.
Okay, when you
This is my theory. I don't know.
When you're hitting, it's different. When you play defense, one thing they taught me every day when I was a kid, thinking what you do is the ball hit to you before that happened. You have men on first and second, hit a ground ball, I go to the second. Nobody on base, first. Is the ball get away? I got to dive for the ball, make sure that guy doesn't score. You always have to think about what I have to do with the ball hit to me. To make a mistake. That ball got hit, you know the guy in second base got to score. Why you try to chase the ball like you got to throw the guy at the plate? That's Guillen Central. I don't have anything against errors at all, period. No, because why? If you're there, you will make errors. If you're not playing, you're not going to make any errors. But mental errors, that's why you're not prepared for the game.
All right. We're going to hear from 𝗰𝗶𝘶. Let's hear from the White Sox manager after a tough loss, 6-5 in Sacramento here tonight.
What did you think of that ninth inning? You know, Miller had not given up a run this whole year, and I don't think it really been close to getting up a run. And you guys put, what, 495, 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity in that one frame?
Yeah, a lot of credit to our hitters for continuing to grind. I mean, I think 𝗦cie, Chapman, Duran, and now Mason Miller, who, these are the best pitchers on the planet, and we've continued to fight and put good at-bats on them.
Do you think Carroll's ball had a chance at any point?
Yeah. We hadn't caught it, and obviously with the low wall there, he had time to cover. But yeah, another good swing.
What did you see from that? Nice.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. I thought the fastball was really good. He got behind in some counts, but was able to get back in with the fastball. And, for him, I think fastball command is going to be huge. Secondary stuff is usually right there. But good fastball tonight.
Marcus, I think 6 hits in his last 5 games, and even the outs seem to be pretty solidly contacted. Is it just as much as the change he made, or is it a little bit of confidence gaining too now?
Probably work hand in hand, I think, he's got a move that he likes. He's getting good results, and, those kind of things just feed off each other, and then all of a sudden you have a dangerous guy who feels really good about himself.
What did you see on the play in the 6th where 𝗬𝗏 wasn't able to come up with it?
On the ground there? Yeah, I think he's just, trying his best to come through that ball and get it in and potentially have a play at the plate. I'm not sure if it snaked on him or what happened as he got to it. But yeah, it's unfortunate that the play went that way, but, he's going out there and giving everything he's got.
With this being your team's first game in Sacramento and your family having roots here, did you happen to have any friends or family or any ties to the Sacramento area?
Yeah, my grandparents are from here. They've passed away recently, but there's a lot of family who will be here this weekend. No one was here tonight, but this weekend we'll see them out there.
I just feel the opener strategy win as far as, giving Sean a runway into the game.
I thought it worked well there early, Gilbert did his job, and then Sean came in and then looked really good. He looked comfortable right away. It didn't seem like his routine was disrupted. He did a really good job coming in and being prepared and did his job.
One more question for you. Your team tonight where they only had one ground ball out in the entire game.
Yeah, I think it was just how it went, the game happens like that sometimes, but, it wasn't by design.
All right,
guys. Thank you.
All right, there's 𝗰𝗏𝗶. Was just told by our producer, Anthony, that Brooks Baldwin said he was visualizing that home run against Miller while he was in the outfield for the last 2 innings. He was already thinking ahead. You don't want to think too much ahead. You got a game in front of you, but he knew that he might be facing Miller in the 9th, and he was thinking about that, hitting a home run, and he did just that. That's special, but you're reacting to something else. Should I move on?
Yeah, really?
What?
Really?
Baldwin?
Okay, Barry Bonds.
What? What's wrong with that?
Like, 𝗵𝗍 hit a home run. You might say 𝗵𝗍 to get a good at bat. Oh, 𝗵𝗍, I got to hit a home run against that guy.
Yeah. They needed a home run. Well, you're saying he shouldn't be thinking about hitting a home run?
No, I should be quit lying. Come on, Chuck. You got to see in the play, go, you know, he's the best guy. When I go to the play, that's what I got to do.
Yeah. Maybe he was dreaming about it. Oh, he was visualizing the at-bat. You know what?
Honesty. I love honesty. Okay.
He was visualizing.
There, like,
you know what? Hold on a second. They may have given. Anthony may have said something a little more different.
Okay.
He was visualizing the at-bat, not hitting a home run. He was visualizing a good at-bat against someone that happened to be a home run.
I'm lucky if the manager no 𝗵ន់for him. Come on, please.
Okay. We're going to break here on Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. When we come back, what am I drinking here on the show? All right, we're going to have the results. We'll see who won Pick the Click. And we have 𝗃_𝗏𝗀 in the house. He's playing an original song just for you because it's Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. 𝗃_𝗏𝗀, the real deal. We're back with more in a moment. And we are back on Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. 𝗃_𝗏𝗀 on guitar. Love it. We've known 𝗃_𝗏𝗀 for a long, long time. Who knew?
By the way,
he was
I don't know if
he
was a type of. He always invite me to his home, to his house. They have a band.
Yeah, shows.
I'm like, wasting my time. I hope my wife see it. When he invite us, just show up once.
You gotta go. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta play some merengue.
Can you play a song that's gonna inspire White Sox fans? Because we're feeling bad right now. What can you do that make us feel better, Jeff?
Let me see here.
Okay. You can't play Don't Stop Believing, unfortunately.
I can't.
No,
I would do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You appreciate it. I will appreciate that. That's Stop Believing. Play La Bamba.
All right, well, you know what? That's
true.
This might make you feel better. I mean, we're trying to find some offense with this team in AAA. Bam, Tim Elko on the road to the rate. He homered twice last night. He went deep again tonight. He's got 7 home runs on the season. That's tied for first in all the minor leagues. You know, if he keeps doing this, he's going to be coming here to the majors, and they just need some kind of pop. And look, he's hitting the ball the opposite way for home runs. He's like 25, 26 years old, first baseman, DH. What do you think?
What I think?
Yeah.
He can play from like 7 guys in the lineup. And people say, that's a AAA.
Yeah.
That's it. No. He just keep putting good at bats like that. You know, I mean, I know it's his time in big league, whatever it is. If you put this kid in the middle lineup, hopefully something good happen.
Corby, what do you want?
I'm ready.
You're ready for
I'm ready
Tim
for
Elko?
the elk. Yep. Bring the elk. Let's go.
Tomorrow. Well, listen, they're in Sacramento. They have an off day Monday. Tuesday, they're back home. Maybe you'll see Tim Elko here.
I don't mind doing it because the more at bats I see from some people, I'm most disappointed. I think they got to say, you know what? Listen, that's why we got to show you what we think about it.
Yeah. What I am liking for this
You earned it.
Yeah, I know.
You earned it.
So if he comes up, okay, great. They brought up Carroll. He's a part of their future. He looks really good.
Yes.
Mydroth is hurt right now, but when he came up, he looks really good. Brooks Baldwin, he could be a part of the future. 2-run homer in the 9th. Like, there are guys who are a part of their future who are playing well. At least we have that to hang on to right now.
To me, Baldwin to be a part of the future, you got to be like the great guy to have.
Yeah, like
play every
a
field.
glue guy who moves around.
Play the outfield, do this thing, run a little bit, have a little pop, play different positions. He'd be a great guy to have on the ball club when you have a winning ball club.
All right, time for our Twitter poll, which is, what am I drinking tonight. So here are our results. What is Chuck drinking? 10% say water. We got 24% say Yuengling, which is the sponsor of our postgame show. Thank you very much, Yuengling. They've got great beer. I've had it before. C, whiskey, 32%, but 34% say, I'm drinking the White Sox Kool-Aid.
What's that mean?
That means I'm believing.
I grew up drinking Kool-Aid back in Venezuela.
Well, it's more like White Sox Kool-Aid, like whatever the White Sox are saying, I'm drinking.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I am drinking
Water.
water. Yeah, see?
I hang around with you all the time.
I cannot do a show and drink alcohol as much as I'd like to. I can't.
So, play baseball is different.
Yeah.
Different era.
Yeah. The different era, but
Different era.
There's this thing called a microphone. There's a camera. I got to host a show. What do you
There's
got?
the internet.
There's the internet.
It lives forever.
And if I start drinking whiskey or whatever it is during the show, I have a career I have to worry about. So that's why I do not drink alcohol. Not that I would go crazy, but, you know, the White Sox can make me crazy. So I'm just going to drink water. And I will not drink.
You know, I thank God we all don't drink.
Okay. We got 30 seconds left.
We all don't drink. You win the...
I win pick the click. I got Andrew
Vaughn.
Vaughn.
It was a baseball. Guys.
Yeah.
You almost made me curse.
All right. We don't want that. But it
Golly.
is, you know what? You could have almost cursed because
No,
it
it's
is
just like, I'm tired.
All right, we got to go. Hey, Korby, thank you, everyone, for watching. Late Night with Chuck and Ozzie. We'll be back for another West Coast game doing this show later in the season. We appreciate you. Korby, great job for everyone at CHSN. We'll see you tomorrow.